Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm doing a play and review of Adventurous, which is another button-shy game, and disclaimer that I got a review copy of this one. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month that you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our weekly podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So the theme of Adventurous is that you are on this boat, going out and having wild adventures, like hanging out with harpies. Sort of seems a bit Greek mythology themed to me with some of the monsters and things. But how the game actually works is you build a set of 5 Marvel cards. Each of the map cards has another side with a Marvel on it. You also have your one ship card. And you're going to be exploring with the map cards. You'll eventually build a kind of connected trip with these little waypoints and paths showing where you've traveled. And the game ends when you've placed all 12 of the map cards out and also gotten as many marvels placed as you can. And then you're going to score based on how many of these icons you have, but if you have too many, you don't score them. Whether you got all of the marvels placed, if you miss some, you get a big penalty. And also just how long your trip is in general. You can play the game with no special powers on the ship side or with these special restrictions. This makes the game harder. I'm going to be trying that. And I'm also playing on veteran difficulty, the third one there, which means I'll have 2 marvels of level 2 and 2 marvels of level 3 and 1 of level 1. They get harder to place as you go up in level. And you have 1 active marvel, in my case it's the Harpy Cliffs, and to place it down I need to have it covering 3 encounters, that's what that little gray box is, of any type, plus specifically a trident and a shark fin encounter. And these are going to be on the map card, so like here's 2 sharks, here's a little swirly whirlpool. And like I mentioned, these are potentially worth victory points at the end. If I have up to 2 tridents visible at the end of the game, then I can score them, up to 3 tentacles and up to 4 shark fins, while the swirling whirlpools are worth negative points. And also when I'm playing on this side of the ship, the active encounter is going to give me a restriction. So here it says when exploring, which is the action I'm about to take, where you actually put down map cards. At least 1 map card must cover at least 1 path segment. And putting your path segments out longer gets you more victory points. So that's going to kind of restrict you from scoring generally. But let's actually jump in and play this one. It's pretty quick. So on my turn, I either discover a marvel, if I can, which I can't right now, or I explore. So when you explore, you're going to get 2 map cards, and then you're going to place them, so you get to see what both your options are first. And you can always draw the top card or the bottom card unseen for each draw. So let's, this one's fine. Let's try that first. And then, I'm not sure that one's going to work out well for us. Let's get this one instead. Okay. And now I have to place these out. So each time I place a map card, it has to cover the previous waypoint with another waypoint. Although it doesn't need to directly cover it. So like I could go like that, but I could also go like that. The key thing is I'll end up with like one waypoint going to another one, but I can cover as much of the other stuff as possible while fulfilling that requirement. And then also I can't cover any marvels. I can't like cover the ship. And the big thing is you want to leave room for the marvels, which have to be placed in landscape orientation like this. They have to fully be fitting within the blank spaces. So let's see. For now, I can go like that. Remember that with a 2 in my active area, I had to cover up 1 pass, so even though that would be fine, I need to go like that. That already, by the way, gets me 2 of those swirling eddies, which I don't want, and 4 shark fins, which is already my max. Now I'm going to explore again and then try to get rid of the Harpy Cliffs. So I'll do that one. That seems fine. And then, that's kind of too similar. Let's go with this. And I want to try to leave myself a spot for the Harpies. Like that would work pretty well, although that's only 4 things. I need 1 more. And I also haven't covered a path yet. Let's see, if I went like that. Nope, that would clearly mess things up too much. If I went like that, it would let me get the Harpies out, but then I'd be leaving... Oh, no, actually wouldn't. Would it? That's, oh, no, that is 5. So, yeah, I could get the Harpies covered, but I'd be leaving way too many shark fins that I wouldn't be able to cover otherwise. What if I did something like that and then down like that? That seems better. That's going to literally get rid of every nasty swirl we have, and I'd clearly have more than enough icons. All right, so that was my explore. Note that I did cover a path for the still active requirement. And then I put the waypoint there. And yeah, now I'm going to, for my turn, instead of exploring, I can place one of the 2 marvels I can see. So I visited some Harpy Cliffs. And am I covering a trident and a shark fin? Yes. Am I covering 3 other things? Yes, I'm covering 4. I'm going over the requirement. And again, I've gotten rid of all of those harmful things. Although now I'm kind of circling back towards myself, so that's maybe not great. Okay, once I complete a marvel, if it was the active one, I bring this out. So now the Aurora just needs a swirly and a shark fin. That's easy. And while a 1 is on top, it says when discovering, I must choose the active marvel. So it would make a lot more sense to try to get rid of the Kraken, because it's going to have a much more negative effect while I have it as the active marvel. But I need to discover the Aurora first. Now I could, and this is probably what I'm going to try to do, I could lay out a whole bunch of map things and try to get like them both to have a place before I discover either one. We'll see how that goes. And don't forget, this is my only level 1 because of the difficulty I'm playing on. So let's see what this one say. Needs to have 1 of anything and 2 tentacles and must not cover more than 2 of the vortexes. And the 2 tentacles is going to be really the toughest part. Well, I've got a tentacle here, so let's explore and get that. Oh, okay. Can I make this work? All right, well, yeah, we'll take this one, but then I need shark fins for the Aurora. Okay, that's pretty much the same thing again. I got too many shark fins too early. How can I put these out? I don't think that tentacle is going to work, but like if I do something like that, or maybe like that, I might be able to build into... No, that would... Never mind, I can't do that. Oh, there. That actually already allows me, to place the Kraken. That's cool. But I can't place the Aurora to allow me to place the Kraken until I get a shark fin. All right, well, we'll try it. So I'm going to draw from the bottom. There we go. There's a shark fin, and that should be a nice, easy one to place. Okay, and then, sure, we'll take the thing on top. And we'll zoom out a bit as the journey expands. All right, so Kraken's already good to go over there. If I do like that right there, it's kind of overpaying a bit, but that will easily let the Aurora cover that one, and I'll get rid of the one thing. So if the Kraken's going there, I will be left with 1. Oh, wait, what did I do? Oh, crud. Hold on. I definitely cheated. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Shoot. Hold on. Let's go back to this previous placement. I messed up. Clearly, that doesn't work. That is left the waypoint there. That doesn't work either because it's not a continuous journey. Shoot, how can I make this work? Well, let's switch. Okay, there we go. That would work. Whether I necessarily wanted to. Now, is there any way to get the nice double tentacle thing I had? I don't think there is. Yeah, because it's 2 offset. Well, shoot, all my plans of getting the Kraken perfectly are going away. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll try that. All right, now back to exploring. What the heck? So can I get a second? I guess that would work, right? Yeah, the Kraken would fit. Oh, no. Gosh darn it. I got to cover up the waypoint, Mike, which would mean it would not work. Oh, can I, like, wrap around for that Kraken to work? That's too thin. That's too wide. If I push it back, I'm wasting a ton of stuff, but then at least I get rid of both of those as well. Okay, and then I can... No, I can't do that. Can go like that. But then there's not going to be room for the Aurora to fit in if I do the Kraken as well. If I do like that, it's not going to help anymore. All right, and I can't... All right, what if I use this one? Do the same Kraken thing, but leave myself a little extra room. I mean, it is going to take out the shark fin I was hoping to use, but I see a shark fin on top. All right, so I'll get this. Oh my gosh, I'm already almost out of things. Yeah, this is a lot harder than the early difficulty level I played on. Let's try that. And I don't even know what the next thing needs, but I'll just try to like leave a spot that is good in general. Okay, so Kraken's going there. Oh gosh darn it, this doesn't work either. Yeah. All right, hold on. Go back, cards. All right, I mean, that still works for the Kraken to be placed, right? Yeah. Oh, no, it doesn't. Jeez. All right, so I got to be like that, I guess. That's definitely allowed. All right, now we'll get back to the 2 cards I was about to place. So I need to get a little spot for my fin and thing. Okay, that would do it. Although I'm going to already have 2 tridents, and 2 tridents is the max. So let's cover up that trident too. And that'll fulfill my... Oh, that's right. I don't have a requirement to cover up path icons anymore. That was while I had the level 2. All right, so Aurora there, Kraken there. Potentially something could fit there, I'll just note. But let's like go like that to have some... Well, I mean, it's going to be mostly blocked off by this, but maybe... Well, yeah, no, we'll try that. Okay, now let's discover the Aurora. Boom. Which reveals a volcano that just needs 6 things. Now, while I have a 3 on top, when exploring, each map card cannot cover any of the whirlpools, which means they're just going to like keep on giving me negative points. We're going to get rid of the Kraken, so that won't matter. We'll do it here. Remember, they can't cover more than 2 whirlpools, so the 2 there is fine. Okay, which brings out the volcano, and then Leviathan. Must cover at least 3 encounters of the same type, when it covers 4. No, and this one has to cover 6, which means that thing that I left behind is a big no. I'm definitely not going to finish this. Also, my entire thing is tilting, so I don't know if I'll be able to fit the last 2 cards, but okay. Definitely can't discover. So I do have to cover at least one path segment with this. Okay, and these are the last 2 cards. So I want to get to 6 things and or cover at least 3 encounters of the same type. That one seems unlikely. I mean, I could go... No, it doesn't really do much, does it? If I went like that, that would leave 4 things there. And then if I went like that... And wait, is that covering one path? No, it's not yet. So I'd have to go like that. No, that's too thin, so I could go like that. How would that work out for me? That's too thin. Shoot. Oh, wait, no. I could go there because I covered the path there. So that would be 6 things for the volcano. Yeah, I guess that's the best I can do. Oh, but that's one too many of the tridents. I'm okay on the other stuff, but I don't think there's any way to get to that trident, so I'm going to have one too many no matter what since I couldn't use that. Okay, and then I can't use the Leviathan. So I'll show you how the scoring works, but I know I'm not going to get enough to count as a win because they have a minimum each game for the winning. As first, I get 1 point for each visible path. Okay, so like the actual little lines, not the waypoints. So let's just count this off screen. 36 for paths. Okay, now I get 2 for each visible good icon that is not over my limit. So I have 3 shark fins out of 4, so that brings me to 42. I have 2 tentacles out of 3, that brings me to 46. But then I do not get anything for tridents because that was a max 2 and I have 3, so I'm still at 46. Now I would get 5 points if I placed every marvel, but I lose 5 points for each one I didn't place. So I'm going down to 41, ouch. And then I lose 3 for each whirlpool, so I'm down to 38. Which is just beyond successful voyage. I am lost at sea. I lose. I can imagine my journey here. I went by some harpy cliffs and they tried to tempt me over and grab my crew members. The Kraken tried to grab the ship and sink it. I enjoyed the Aurora. That part was nice. And then in trying to dodge a volcano, I was suddenly attacked by Leviathan who devoured my ship whole. Sadness for me. But there you go. That is Adventurous. They also sent me this Forgotten Worlds expansion, which gives you 5 more map cards, so you can have an epic, larger map, and then the scoring target goals become different. And this also adds an alternate ship with different abilities for the active marvels, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, what do I think of this one? It's definitely fun. I like these little placement puzzles. And just using the different types of marvels really works well for the difficulty because, look how much easier it is. Look at this merfolk. I need to cover a trident. Great. So having both the ship ability requirements and different values of marvels is a nice way to alter the difficulty. The game is incredibly quick to play. You can play it in a pretty small space. You can see that things do kind of sprawl somewhat, especially if you use the expansion and the extra 5 cards. But yeah, is it my favorite button shy game? No, but it's certainly fun. It's quick. It's mind-bendy as you want it to be to try to figure out how to put things in the best order possible. It's pretty and it's a good time. So yeah, nothing much to complain about here. It's definitely worth a try if you're already into the button shy formula of 18 card games that have some meat to them. So thanks for watching, everybody, and a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. William F., Steve Wren, Pedro Lucas, Miles, KCW, Andrew R., and Chris C. We'll see you at the next stop.